Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Statistics for data science. In today's lecture, we will discuss measure of dispersion called interquartile range. Interquartile range is based on quartiles. This is the difference between the third and first quartile. So first we discuss what is quartile. Quartile is a value that divides a set of data into four equal parts or quarters. Here, Q1, which is called the first quartile or lower 25% data. Q2 is the median value of the data sets. Q3 or third quartile, which is also called upper 25% data. Because 25% of the data are above this value. Q1 is the median value in the lower half of the data sets, where Q3 is the median value in the upper half. Quartiles, here we have a data, uh, 10 of 10 patients, systolic blood pressure. So first of all, data is sorted, then data is divided into two parts, lower half and upper half. The median value of the lower half is this is the first quartile, and the median value of the upper half this is Q3 per quartile, third quartile. So interquartile range is difference between Q3 and Q1, which is 25. So here interquartile range is 25. So interquartile range is actually the spread between the 75% and 25% percentiles. Half of the observation falls within the interquartile range regardless of the distribution shape. Larger interquartile range indicates a wide spread of the data in the middle, 50% of the data sets. Smaller interquartile range signifies a tighter concentration of the data in the middle. It is best for skewed data like income distribution because it considers the middle value. That is why it is less impacted by the extreme value, unlike the range. We can use the interquartile range to compare the data. Here we have a student scores for class A and class B. So for class A, the first quartile and third quartile are 55 and 70, where for a class B, first and third quartile is 54 and 60. Interquartile range for the class A is 15, where interquartile range for the class B is 6. So class A has higher interquartile range. It means that there is more variation in the class A scores as compared to the class B. So interquartile range has different application in real life or in business. For example, we can analyze the interquartile of income levels in population to get insight of the income range by excluding very high or low earners. In healthcare, we can identify the outliers for further investigation. Comparing groups, interquartile range helps to understand if the middle range of the values differ significantly. In manufacturing, we can compare interquartile range across different production lines, which can help where process consistency need improvements. In education, we can assess the uh, student scores. Uh, Similarly, we can visualize the interquartile range by using the box plot. So NumPy provides a function called quantile to calculate the interquartile range of the data sets. So here we have a two data sets for practice, uh, class A and class B scores. Uh, First of all, we import the NumPy to use the quantile function. Here Q1 first quartile is equal to mm, quantile, and data is a class A. We will use the class A, and first quartile lower 25. Method is equal to nearest. By default, quantile uses the linear method. Q3 NP. Similarly, we can calculate the third quartile by changing this value 75, upper 25% data. Now IQR is equal to Q3 minus Q1, and now IQR 15. 50 the interquartile range for the class A scores. Similarly, we can calculate for the class B scores. So just change the data. So uh, here interquartile range is 6. It means that class A has higher interquartile range, and it means there is large variation in the student scores as compared to the class B. So in this way, we can use the uh, quantile function to calculate the interquartile range.